Right, I'm bored shitless, so I thought this would be a good opportunity to do a motorcycle gear review. And today I'm reviewing my venerable Kriega R20 backpack, which I've been wearing for the past 8 months. Bought this from, I think it was Infinity Motorcycles, for £60, and it has served me well. I wanted a 20 litre backpack because I didn't want something that was ridiculously big and cumbersome, because for that purpose I have this, the Megalopolis, which is fully expandable to a certain degree. I want a bag that was comfortable for my commutes, sufficiently large to carry my laptop, which is like a 14-inch semi-bio jobby, and a few documents, change of clothes, shoes, toiletries like contact lenses and toothbrushes and whatnot for a quick weekend away. And I'll just say that it does the job perfectly for that. Just to demonstrate, this is the internals of the bag. Well, it's pretty much straight through. It's got the laptop sleeve, and it's got an attachment up here which I believe is for the bladder pack. I don't do adventure riding, so that's totally irrelevant to me. But let's just say, pocket there for like your keys, contact lenses, pens, condoms, whatever you like to carry, and your quick access for stuff like passports, drugs, I don't know, baggies of weed, stashes of heroin and cocaine if you're into that sort of thing. Not that I support drug use or retailing, abuse, substance, whatever. Just to show you how it fits onto my bag, actually, for this benefit of this review, I'll put in what I normally have when I'm going to work. So laptop, occasional shopping, which is today, 2 pints of milk and a bag of rice. Box the bag up. Normally I'm able to put 1 or 2 days worth of shopping, which is usually a pack of like 400 grams of any sort of meat, bunch of fruit and veg, stuff like that. And this is the rough sort of size that you'll be getting. I'd say that the bag is about 60% full. In terms of comfort, infinitely adjustable straps. Now I'm probably looking like a stupid tanned air hostess because I've got yellow skin firstly, showing how to put on a life vest, but clips on, tug on this. You will notice how high this bag is on my back. All the weight is supported by my chest, so if you're in a sort of racing crouch position, it's a bit of a cliche, but I don't feel the weight on my back, and it's that sort of profile. I've been wearing this with my race suits as well, my MX1 and SX1s, and all I have to do is just give it a bit of leeway to allow the bag to hang slightly lower and have this interspace taken up by the hump. That's perfectly fine. I love this. I wear this bag pretty much as I can possibly can, because this quad lock thing, it's a godsend. You take this by comparison, Boblbee is a bit more cumbersome to put on. It also offends people. I mean, it's good if you want to make your way into and out of a crowd, because you could just be bashing shit out of them like that. But it's not good in terms of when you're on a bike, because if you're doing shoulder checks, occasionally it likes to rattle a bit loose. So this is where the quad lock system does show how good it is, because that's all that's available to support the weight on your upper back. And I find with this, the weight kind of hangs down a bit more, and then you feel a bit of a strain after long rides. So that's why I've fallen out of favour with this, and it stays primarily at home, even though that is a CE level 2 back protector. Just to show what it's like with my sort of day-to-day commuting kit. Got my jacket ready. So say for instance you want to get the hell out of work, jacket on, just grab the bag, and there you go. Bob's your uncle, ready to sit on your bike. Comfortable. These are infinitely adjustable. You could even adjust the angles from up here, but I've got it tailored to suit. No sort of strain. Could actually, what I have used this bag for is I put in some 10 kilo weights and I was doing chin ups on this because it does support a load of your weight on your back. So there you go. And that's all the good parts. So I want to talk about the niggles I have with the bag. First and foremost, it's not waterproof. I do have a load of Kriega stuff as well, like the US 20 and the US 10 dry bag, tail packs, such as this. The reason why I bought the 20 is because I know I could lash this on that to make that a to have the same carrying capacity as I would on my tail pack. Perfect for a weekend away, but not ideal if you have wet clothes when you get to your destination, so that's a bit of a shitter. For that very reason, I'm going to get the Kriega R20 because I pretty much am absolutely stoked as to how comfortable this backpack is and how light it is. And I will show you where you get this potential water ingress from. I know it's meant to be fully sealed and whatnot, but here's another thing that I don't particularly like in the design. You could pretty much yank these off, so if you're a bit overzealous, it always happens to be this one that always gets yanked out. I'm not sure why, maybe there's a thread loose or something, but that's where you sort of can feel the strap, and a load of the times where I haven't been particularly careful, the strap always pops out, or people have been mishandling my bag. It doesn't happen all the time, but some of the times it's just really annoying. Or you put it down the wrong hole, for example. There's also a drain hole at the bottom. A lot of the times I find that when I'm riding in rain, you get a kick up of water from your rear tyre and it goes up, wets your arse and it goes up here. So if you don't have the habit of riding with a dry bag or containing your contents, valuables, electronics, whatnot, anything sensitive in a dry bag, I suggest you do it. But in short, 60 quid is a bit expensive to pay for a backpack, but if you do a lot of riding like me, 24/7, commuting, weekends and whatnot, then seriously I'd pay for a decent backpack because it's going to be on your shoulders and you're going to be bearing the burden. Weekend away would typically be spare change of jeans, trainers, toiletries, 3 or 4 t-shirts, usually my laptop if I can fit it in, and then usually the US 10 lashed on for emergencies, like I'm in London or if I'm visiting my mates and I somehow manage to buy a new pair of trainers or DVDs or whatnot, and then the extra capacity is afforded by the fact that I can stash this on. So I'm happy with this. I'll give it 4 stars out of 5, purely because of this not being waterproof, and I did buy this bike because it was the capacity that I thought I'd require, but knowing that I will be doing a load of touring and festivals, I want something slightly bigger because I know with the R30 I could have potentially 40 litre capacity on my back because of the US 10. So I'm sorry if I've been nattering on and chatting shit, but yeah, Kriega R20, if you want a decent backpack, pay the fucking money and get it, because I would recommend it.